We're live. We're ready to go, Judy.
Okay. Okay. Good morning. This is the December 11th meeting of the Allegheny County Industrial Development Agency. I'm going to have people introduce themselves that are present at the meeting in the room as well as online. I am Judy Hopkins, Chair of the IDA, and I am online. We might as well finish the online folks. Rich and Doug, do you want to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Rich Ewell, and I have been a board member of the IDA for several years, and I'm originally from Wellsville.
Hello, I'm Doug Frank. I'm online as well, and I'm the treasurer of the IDA, and I'm from Cuba.
Thank you. John, do you want to?
Yep. John Rickey, board member from Cuba.
Randy Shearer, Vice Chair of the Board from Wellsville.
Bart
Okay,
Benjamin,
and also
Operations Director of the IDA.
And Craig Clark, the Executive Director of the IDA.
Okay. Craig, we are only seeing the back of your head. If you want to put yourself in a different position or anything.
You don't know that that's what you always see, is because I watched the video.
Yeah, you're blocking Barb and Randy, so.
That's fine.
We'll ask you.
There you go.
Thank you. Okay, and back online, we have two guests. Ed, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure, Ed Russell,
Okay, and then Jared, we'll ask you to introduce.
Obviously, I have a couple of companies, and one of them is the food processing, and we do the food products for the human consumption. And we are here in Canada, and we are moving to US in your county, and to produce the products from there.
Okay, thank you. All right, well, we will start the agenda for the meeting. The first order of business is the minutes of the November 13th, 2025 meeting. We'll take a motion on that to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve. Rich?
Thank you, Rich. Second,
I'll move.
John?
Second.
Thank you. Okay, are there any questions about the minutes? Okay, if not, all in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that is unanimous. Thank you. That is. We're going to go to our special guest, Gerard. Am I saying that correctly, Gerard?
Correct.
Javed.
Can you send Melissa a
Yeah, I
link?
was going to do it right now.
Okay.
Javed, right? I get that right? Okay,
Correct.
thank you. I'm sorry to not say it
No,
correctly.
it's okay. Javed is
Yeah.
also okay, fine.
Okay, we're going to ask you to tell us a little bit more about your company and why you're here. And we're glad that you're online with us. Thank you.
Yes. We selected the Allegheny County due to the few of the reasons. The first reason is in Toronto, the properties were in very high prices, and we can get the better price in US. And actually, we have been exporting to US 90% of our production earlier. But nowadays, there are so many issues of the tariff and border protection agency for the clearing and those things. So we prefer to move in Allegheny County because there are 4 or 5 universities and there is no problem of the workforce. And actually, we are manufacturers and working our products sending to the grocery stores via marketing of the distributors. So we have only calculated the trucking and the fare and all these things. So it doesn't matter for us to be anywhere in US.
Okay. We lost Craig. We'll wait for him to come back. Perhaps you could give us a little bit more detail about your company?
Yes. We have been here since 2003 in Canada, Ontario, and we have been producing the products of the bakery products, the breads and the cookies and all these kind of the South Asian recipes for the South Asian markets and the mainstream of the breads and bagels and the bars and all these related to the bakery products, baked goods. And the specialty of us is that the bread got fungus after a few days normally on the shelf, or you have to use the preservatives, which is not good for the human health. So our products are natural, and we have special packaging expertise, and we have transferred the technology from UK for the long shelf life, and our product can stay on the shelf as good as the fresh is for 4 months to 6 months.
What is the name of your product that we would see on the shelf?
We have 2 brands. One is Millennium, simply the best, and the other is Tasty, ready to eat. So the dinners and all these products are under the Tasty brand label, and Millennium are normally the bakery products and all the baked products.
Thank you.
Do we have some other questions from the people in the room?
How long is it gonna take you to go from start to finish to be producing?
Pardon me, could you please a little bit loudly speak?
How long will
Yes.
it take you to
Start production.
start production?
We are in contact with the agriculture department and the markets for the food grade facility, and as soon as we complete the requirements and install the equipment, we are going to start mid of 2026.
He has a pretty aggressive timeline to get started.
26?
Yeah, do that next year, yeah, which is not long.
No, it's not long.
I have a question. How many employees will you be planning to have on your line?
Initially, we start one by one, step by step, and normally we require the 4 to 6 people on one line. So we have 4 to 5 lines when there is a full capacity production. So that would be between 25 plus.
Those would be full-time?
Yes, all full time. And part-time would be on call, the third party arrangements like the recruiting or the subcontractors or something like that. That will be on top of that.
Thank you. That's great to think that 25 jobs will be created. That's great. Yeah. Some other questions from the board? I see that Tim just came in. Tim, would you like to introduce yourself? Tell our guests who you are.
Tim Boyd, I'm the Deputy County Administrator for Allegheny County and a guest at the board.
Thank you. Okay. Any other question for Joanne?
Those 25 jobs, those will be the first year, or it's gonna take you a couple of years to ramp up to
Over
that?
the years, not from the beginning. But from the beginning, we'll start from the 1 line, 2 line, 3 lines, and 4 and 4, or up to 5 years, we are going to have the full production.
5 years, okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's a good project for the county and a good use for a building that was empty, so we appreciate it. Thank you. So today, as I explained, we'll have a resolution in a bit to basically just hold the public hearing. We're not approving yet the whole project, but once we have the public hearing next meeting, we can look forward to potentially approving his project for assistance. Any other questions?
Okay. Okay, we'll continue with our agenda, but Joanne, you're welcome to stay on or to leave if you have to as well. So,
I have to leave because I have to do something else.
okay.
That's a good
Well,
businessman.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye now.
That's a nice little project.
Yeah, jobs.
And John.
That's
I don't know about
Yeah.
others, but I understood about 1/20th of what that guy said. You might want to, when there's a language issue like this, ask somebody to send a transcript in advance
Okay.
or some kind of information in advance.
Well, he did. I sent you the whole packet, but what was not clear on is, I guess, the question.
Well, now I'm clear on, he's gonna have somewhere short of 5 years, 35 jobs maybe. I don't know if they're full-time or part-time. I don't, all of which will come out, and the only thing we're gonna be asked to do is vote on whether or not to have
Sure.
a hearing. Yeah, why not? A hearing doesn't cost us anything.
Yeah, I can get you more information. He actually has a full business plan we can actually look at as well, which talks about more, how long it's gonna take to ramp up to the 25 or 30 people. Because I know, like you said, he's only gonna start with one line, 4 to 6 people.
So if you get
I
some,
thought it was interesting that we have, that business is coming into Allegheny County because of tariffs, and I guess when I see this tariff talk on TV and so on, I'm thinking that's never gonna affect, Allegheny County or me. It's not gonna mean a whole lot. I'm not gonna directly see anything, and now we're actually seeing a business come into our county and buy a vacant building that was probably, would have been hard to fill because of these, tariffs. And I know it's small scale compared to what people talk about, but pretty interesting.
And just so you know, the Cuba Business Park, Joe's had calls from Canadian companies as well for the same purpose.
That's interesting.
It is, yeah. What is Joe's position in the company? Craig? You didn't include that.
I'll look on the business plan, but I'm pretty sure he's the owner of the business. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, good. Okay, well, let's go on with our agenda then, unless you all have any other questions about that. The next thing scheduled is the executive session. Do you want to do that now, Craig, or Tim, let me ask you, is Carissa coming today?
She is. She was conducting a department head meeting, so she'll be joining us shortly, so.
Okay, Craig, is that?
If you want to,
will she be here for
yeah,
the-
we can wait then, because there's nothing, we can move forward with the agenda, yes.
Okay, yeah, let's go ahead with the treasurer's report then. The abstract report is first, the expenses, if you'd like to take a look at that. We'll entertain a motion to accept that as well, at some point here.
Sure, this is Doug. I'll make the motion to approve it.
Okay, thank you, Doug. We need a second.
Second.
Thank you, Randy. Okay. It's been moved and seconded that we accept the abstract report of the expenses. Are there any questions about that? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I need, that is approved. We'll go on to the banking and financial summary. Let's take a look at that. We'll accept the motion.
This is Doug again, I'll make the motion.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Second,
Ricky will second.
I'm sorry, who?
John Ricky will second.
Was that you, John? Thank you, John. Good point, get that. Okay. Moved and seconded that we accept the banking and financial summary as written. Are there any questions about it? Okay, hearing none, we'll take a vote on that. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye?
Aye.
Okay, that is passed. Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to the building maintenance report. Greg?
We have nothing that came up this month, so heat's on and it's working and life is good.
Check. Good. Melissa has joined us as well. Hello, Melissa. Glad you could be here. Okay. Okay, nothing else on building maintenance. We'll move on to the action items then. The resolution for the public hearing for the financial assistance for Tasty Deluxe Food LLC is in order. This is the company that we were just talking about. This is for the public hearing. Sorry, I don't have the stack of papers in front of me but those of you in the room can take that. So we're looking for a motion to approve the resolution that's in front of you.
This is Rich. I'll make a motion to approve it.
Thank you, Rich. Second by
Randy, second.
Thank you, Randy. Any other questions relating to this resolution for the public hearing? Can you give me the date of what that is, Craig? I don't have that in front of me here at all.
I never have a date. I set that after the meeting.
Oh, okay, okay.
Because I don't pre-set them. I have to talk to SIO about setting it up in the town of SIO.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so if there are no other questions, we'll take a vote on that. All those in favor.
You gotta
please
do
say
a
aye.
voice, you gotta do a voice vote.
Oh, I'm sorry, don't have it in front of me. Thank you, Ed. Okay, Chairman, Judy Hopkins votes aye. Randy Shaler,
Aye.
John Ricky,
Aye.
Doug Frank.
Aye.
Okay, I don't think I
Rich,
was.
Rich.
aye.
Oh, there you are, Rich. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you for speaking up. Okay, and that is unanimous. Thank you. That is passed. Okay, the next discussion is the parking lot in Belmont and the transfer to Allegheny County.
Yeah, we, the last meeting, we agreed to basically sign on to a letter of intent with Cardia, but there's been no action since then, and I've heard nothing from them. And we've had a discussion with the county, and they're willing to take a transfer of that parking lot for $1, right, Tim?
Correct.
And if we approve a resolution to do that today, we'll add that to the sale of the building, which is coming up for next week. So it'll all be taken care of at one time, so we can transfer the, right, Ed? So we can transfer this
Correct. Yep.
parking lot as part of that transfer next week.
That's correct.
I'll make a motion to do that.
Okay, thank you, Rich. Second?
John, second.
Thank you, John. Okay, any other discussion about it? If not, we will say goodbye to the parking lot.
What will be the effective date of that? Excuse me, sorry, Judy.
What-
January 1st, Craig?
When's the transfer? It's next week, right? That they're talking about?
Well, I think
So it'll be in December?
It'll be December, yes.
the county's approving it next week.
So it'll be sometime later after the approval next week. So I think they're talking about like the 22nd or something, possibly closing.
Are you talking and approval by the legislature?
Yes, they have to approve it
The
first.
next week. Okay, thank you.
And then when would it legally be the county's property? That's my question, approximately.
Ed?
Yeah, I think once the legislature approves, we just have to get the deed signed and filed. So I would assume probably, the week of Christmas or the week after, so.
But this year,
Are you involved directly in that, Ed?
Yes, I am, yeah, I work with the county on that.
Could you please give give me a little bit of heads up when you know that, the date?
Oh, in terms of canceling insurance and stuff?
Canceling, yeah, and, yep,
Okay, well,
thank you.
Thank you. Any comments from Tim,
No,
from the county?
looking forward to finalizing this. So, we finally finalized it.
Yeah. Yes, it's been hanging for a while, so, yes. Okay, if there are no other questions or comments, we will, wait for that to happen. We don't really have a motion on it.
no, we have
but
a motion on it, we just have to vote on it.
On the parking lot part, right?
Yeah, the parking lot,
I
yeah.
interrupted you, Judy, it's my fault.
No, that's okay. I'm just looking at the action on it.
Yeah. Rich actually moved that we would do this, and John seconded it, so we just have to vote that we're gonna transfer the parking lot at the same time.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. It's confusing on my end. Okay, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. And we welcome to the discussion Carissa Knapp, our county administrator. Good morning, Carissa.
Good morning, Judy. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Good, we'll be coming back to you in just a little bit, I'm sure. Okay, the discussion, next item is the revision of the UTEP. Greg, do you want to speak to that?
Yeah, we had been talking about changing the UTEP because don't know when we'll do another solar project. But right now, every time we do a solar project, we've had to do a deviation because the actual UTEP says 15-year pilots, and almost all of our pilots in recent history have been 25 to 30 years. So the goal is to change that to the fact that we could go up to 30 years without a deviation. Correct, Ed? I mean, that's the major thing. There's a couple other small things in there, but.
So we can pick any amount of years.
Yeah. So we don't have to keep saying a deviation. We will go up to 30 years.
It's not locked at 30, somebody.
We will go up to 30. Yeah. And then the other thing we talked about was raising, I talked to a couple of board members, since the pilot has been $2,500 per megawatt for the pilot, and then the wording is such that $2,500 is the goal for the host agreement, and that was quite a while ago, and the more recent numbers have been closer to a total of 6, so I think we should go up 3,000 for each. That's not in there yet, so if the board agrees to that, we'll edit that, right, Ed?
Yeah, that's correct. And we're also adding solar energy storage projects.
Right.
And that based upon what the market currently is, it's the majority of them are doing it at 1,000 per megawatt with a 2% escalator for the battery storage projects.
So we're not proposing a change right now. We're bringing it to the board for discussion. If you agree with those changes, then we'll have to have a resolution to have a public hearing. If everybody agrees with those potential changes, because we can't change it. We have to have a public hearing first.
Right.
I'm confused. He just mentioned an escalator, a 2% escalator.
Right.
Is that included in our standard?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, if we do anything outside the 2%, we'd have to do a deviation.
Why is the battery storage less than the solar panels?
According to based on the current market, they do not, the storage portion of it economically does not generate as much as the solar piece. So all the, local municipalities that have gone, the agencies who've gone through that have already closed on battery storage have agreed on right around $1,000 per megawatt for those, based upon the economics of those storage. And those would be storage only. So that's a difference here that because you can have solar plus storage, But if it's going to be just battery storage, this would only apply in those contexts.
Thank you.
And I had a question about the 30 years. So if somebody applies for financial assistance, is it very clear, I mean, could somebody maybe bring suit or force the issue to make us give them 30 years? Or what's the mechanics of how we choose the term and so on?
Yep, so it's completely at your discretion. The IDA can do a 5-year pilot, they can do a 30-year, they can do a 100-year pilot. I mean, it really, it's at your discretion. The purpose of bumping it up to 30, so it doesn't have to be a 30, is so that you avoid having to do a deviation every time you go through one of these processes. If you wanted to give a pilot for 35 years, you would then have to go through a deviation process, but you're under no obligation to provide anything other than what you feel comfortable with, and based upon the project scope, size, who the developer is, and just basically how the economy is doing in general in that area. If you want to be more generous or less generous based upon the project, that's at your discretion.
Thank you.
Other questions?
So if all those edits are okay, we can go ahead and next board meeting, we'll put out this again, and then we'll do a resolution, do a public hearing. There's no hurry because we don't have
Just so you know,
solar projects coming in.
When we do the public hearing for this and when the notice goes out, this is different than a typical project where for each project, you simply give notice to the affected taxing jurisdictions.
Right.
For the UTEP, it's the entire county. It's all school
Right.
districts, it's all municipalities, it's everybody will be getting notice about this proposed change.
And the last time we did a UTEP change, which was a few years ago, we did have 4 or 5 people show up, and there was only one town that did show up. But they could all show up.
And Ed, your firm does a ton of alternative energy work, correct? Okay. Do you have any comments on, Tom O'Mara's, he's our state senator, recent press release on December 8th? Did you see that?
No, I did not see that.
Oh, okay, all right, I'll send it to you.
All right, thank you.
You're not prepared to comment. Okay, thanks.
So there's no action today, Judy. It's just, I just wanted to review it before we ended up deciding if you want to do a public hearing to change it.
But feel free, if anyone reviews, if they have additional comments or anything else, let me know, and I'll make those proposed changes and send you a black line for the next meeting.
Hey, Rich, can you send that to everybody?
Yeah, I will. I'm getting ready to do it right now. So.
Okay, thanks.
Rich, you're aware that he also included that in the mailer that went out house to house within the last 2 weeks.
You saw that then, Randy?
Yes, I saw it in the mailer, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for sharing
I
that,
have
Rich.
it right here.
Thank you.
That's in my junk mail pile I haven't gone through yet.
Maybe Ed or Greg can just summarize those 3 different changes, just so we have it clear in the minute and also just in our heads.
Go ahead, Ed.
So, one of the changes will be to revise the term of pilots to allow for up to 30 years. The other change will be to increase the amounts per megawatts for both payment in lieu tax agreements related to solar projects, and there is a distinction in that per megawatt charge based upon large solar projects, the ones that are 5 megawatts, and then those are larger than 5 megawatt projects. So those amounts will be revised upwards, and then we'll also be adding in the ability to provide benefits, if the board so desires, for solar battery storage.
Okay. Thank you. And at what point will it come back to us for approval? Next month?
Well, the approval process next month, it'll come back to the board, and then we'll send it out as part of the public hearing. We'll have to approve a public hearing to change the UTEP,
Yeah,
those changes.
I'll prepare a resolution authorizing the holding of a public hearing. That'll be the next action. So we wouldn't approve it until after the public hearing. So I would assume sometime, based upon the public discussion and stuff, we would do it in February or March.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good, thank you. Okay, the next item is the administrative services agreement with the ACLDC. Craig, you want to speak to that?
Yeah, I sent that out before, but this time we've actually asking for the board to approve this service agreement with the LDC for a fee of $500,000. And you've hopefully read through that a couple of times, but it's basically for the LDC to do economic development for us on behalf of the agency. Anything you want to add to that, Ed? You wrote it up.
Nope.
Okay, any questions from the board or comments from Tim and Carissa?
No.
Okay. Okay, then, Craig, do we need a motion on that then?
A motion and then just a vote, yeah, and approval of the
Just a voice,
service agreement. Yeah.
okay, it doesn't say here, so
No.
I'm not.
We're just approving the service agreement, yep.
Okay, we'll need a motion then, from the board.
I'll move.
Thank you, John. Second,
Second.
thank you, Randy. Okay, moved and seconded, that we, work with the, ACLDC on this agreement. All those in favor, say aye. Aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that is passed. Thank you very much. Okay, and the approval to sign the USDA grant for the VDO project is next on the agenda. Are you going to speak to that?
Yeah, we put in a grant in January at approval of the board to put this in. And basically, it's to hire a consultant through the USDA will pay for that. And we're basically then going to have a VDO designation, which will have a listing on whether or not we can attract a bio energy type organization because we have enough biomass in the county to do that. So we have a rating as to how much biomass we have in the county to do this. As you well know, we worked very hard at one time, I did, to get a bio refinery here, but it's not necessarily a bio refinery. It's basically to deal with a supply chain and infrastructure as a BDO zone. And so then a company can be attracted to potentially do biomass energy at some method in the county.
Okay, thank you.
Just out of interest, I've talked to Sweeney Binghamton this week. Craig, I haven't had a chance to talk to you. It was literally yesterday on my way to Rhode Island. And they have a big grant for helping build out the infrastructure and the workforce and the training. They're already working with Alfred and Incubator Works and a couple of other of our partner organizations. And where they would slot into all this is once we have the VDO, they will have the funding to help us find a developer or a supply chain, company to come into our county if we can provide site, and have the designation. So that's kind of an exciting partnership I wanted to just make a note of. It was a random webinar a couple weeks ago, and I ended up with a meeting with them yesterday on the phone. So it's something to keep in mind, that Binghamton has this big grant for woody biomass infrastructure, supply chain, and actual development.
That's exciting. Good. Thank you. Okay, so do we just need to vote on that, Craig?
Yeah, just to vote that I can sign the paperwork, because obviously I don't sign paperwork unless I get the approval of the board.
Okay, that's the motion. Barb, hopefully you got that. And we'll need a motion on that, please.
I'll move.
Thank you, John. Second?
I'll
How about
second.
Randy? Thank you, Randy. Okay, moved and seconded to pass this
And I have a
for
question.
the VEO project.
Randy has a question though,
I have a question.
which is good.
Oh, sure,
The
sure.
80 grand in matching funds.
Right.
Where is that?
$75,000 comes from the company who will be hiring to do it, and 5,000 is my in-kind. There's no cash. It's all in-kind. That's why I put that out before. There is no cash match. That was actually in the proposal that would come. $75,000 is coming from time from the company doing the work, and $5,000 is from my time.
Other questions? Okay, we have a motion and we have a second. If there's no other discussion, we'll vote on that. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Any opposed? Okay, well, that's passed then. Thank you. Okay, and the 2026 budget.
You have that in front of you, proposed budget, and I don't know if Randy or Doug, they've gone through it with us as well, so if they want to bring up any comments on the budget. Primarily, the budget is very condensed from in the past because we're selling the two buildings, so primarily it's just the operation of the IDA. Not operation of the two buildings.
Right, the only thing that I would like to add on it is that, and I didn't bring it up at our meeting with Randy and Melissa, and Barb, but, are we gonna get to a point now that we have a budget, are we gonna get to a point where we're gonna be able to monitor the budget process as we go through the years, at least, quarterly or semi-annually, to see how we're doing against the budget?
Yes. I'm looking at Barb, but yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll be hearing more about that, or do we need to approve that at this point, Craig?
That would be good.
I had just one quick question. Under IDA income, it shows 50,000 for rental income
PM Research,
and,
PM Research building.
okay, I thought that was 100,000 a year.
No, it's 50 a year.
All right.
The other thing I'd like to call to the board's attention is, under IDA expenses, we have a $50,000 line item, number 77. We have a $50,000 line item for preliminary design of a new facility. And I just want to call that to everybody's attention that we initially approved the application for a grant for something at the crossroads, given that we had the ability to back or to decline the grant. This is what would appear to be a firm commitment, unless we do some vote at some point in time to alter the budget.
The primary part of that, the $50,000 would be us to be able to outline what the office space would look like as well, because we talked about building office space. And we can't, without a design, we don't know for sure what that's even gonna look like. So that was the primary function of that $50,000.
Yeah, putting the onus on the board to ensure that, and the directorship, to ensure that this is a general, at least at this point, this is a general observation as to what the requirements are.
Right.
What does
That's all, I
that
just
entail?
I pointed out.
What's that?
What does the grant entail?
The grant, the ARC grant, was building a facility for the marketplace, which would include our office space. And, but obviously this is starting that process, but I wouldn't propose to do all the final engineering of anything until we know we're getting the grant, but we still should lay out what the building would look like from our point of view for the office space, because we have nothing really to go on at this stage. And we're looking to build something over there, even if it's just the office space.
Thank you.
I would like to propose we are supposed to have an executive session for discussion of a contractual issue regarding the client. This might be a good time to go back in our agenda and have that executive session. Anybody else feel that way?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay, we'll need a motion. Randy, did you want to make that a
When
motion?
we go into executive session.
Okay.
Rich, seconds.
Thank you. Moved and seconded, we go into executive session to discuss a contractual issue regarding the client. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Randy. Okay, moved and seconded to come out of the executive session.
We're out.
All in favor? Aye.
All right, thanks. Have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everyone.
You
Thank you, Ed, for all you do for us.
Thanks, Ed.
Hey,
Thank you, Ed.
hey, Judy, before
New Year.
before we go live, did we approve the budget?
No, we have to do that in live. We are actually back in session.
Okay.
You got to do that in public, yes.
Okay, good thought, Doug, thank you. Okay, we are back in regular session for the meeting. I think the first order we need to do is to approve the budget for 2026.
I'll move.
This is Doug, I'll make a motion to approve the budget.
Thank you, Doug. Second?
Ricky seconds.
Thank you, John. Okay, moved and seconded to approve the 2026 budget. Any questions about that? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you,
That's
Barb.
approved. Thank you, Barb.
Thanks, Barb.
Okay, moving along to old business. So we have some updates. ARC Power Grant.
I was hoping to have some update, but also I have updated sometime, hopefully December, or maybe by the next board meeting, we'll know if we made the first cut on that power grant. But we're continuing to meet with the Wilson Foundation. We have 2 different meetings at the beginning of the year to get some additional funding for that facility as well. So one way or another, I think we'll get the funds to build something over there.
Okay, thank you. The Crossroads facility sales to the county is next.
I just leave this on the agenda until it's sold. And I know, as we mentioned, we've been talking with the county. I think the resolution will be coming to the board next week, right, Carissa?
I'm hoping, I just realized we didn't have a resolution, so I was asking, and I'm hoping that's part of Allison's paperwork she's got around. So
Right.
double checking.
And as we've discussed, that'll include transferring the parking lot at the Belmont School as well.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments, Jim and Carissa?
No, thank you. I think, Tim's done probably most of the work on behalf of the county and my office and working with Craig, and it's been a long road, and I'm looking forward to seeing it done.
Yes, thank you. Okay, micro enterprise grant.
We're finalizing the end of the micro enterprise grant, and once we get that done, we'll be working with the county to get another one. And we're already hosting it. I think a public hearing has been set sometime in January or December.
Yes, and we have that PR to get out.
Which Mike does a good job on that, so we'll be fine. And just so you know, we've also started a micro enterprise grant program results, and Melissa can discuss that. I've sent a preliminary copy out. I sent it to Carissa too to make sure she's seen it, because it's really your grant, although we manage it. Is there any comments on the report that Melissa's put together?
Melissa, that's just a great report. It looks, we've made other reports, but this one looks a lot better. I don't know, it's the style of it. It looks, eye-grabbing, eye-attention-grabbing.
Well, I think the really nice thing, you'll be able to present this at the P&D committee so people know how much money we've awarded, but more importantly, with those 24 companies, there's been 46 jobs retained and 33 jobs created, and 100% of the companies are still in existence, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, some of those have had some challenges too, and they're still there thanks to your support.
So,
I had a question on that. Is the first word on that thing your or our?
Where are you?
On the left.
Oh, at the top.
What's it say? I'm
It
trying
should
to.
say it should say our small businesses. Is that the sentence you're talking about?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should say our small businesses, like Allegheny counties, but we can change it if we think it's
No,
not.
I just wondered. That's all.
Yeah, I know,
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's beautiful. It's really nice.
Oh, thank you.
And she's working,
Together.
and Melissa's working on getting approval on the backside because I wanted to make sure all those companies knew we were highlighting them. And I think everybody said they're okay, right, so far?
So far, I think there are, 7 or 8
Right.
little success stories, and I have 5 approvals. Shane from Computer Solutions made a slight tweak to his, so I'll update that, it's minor. And also an update to the sheet in front of you is that although I had traded some written communication with Wellsville Wellness, I haven't spoken to the owners, but I did actually end up in conversation with them last Wednesday, or this past Monday, I'm sorry. And they were great, and they are actually added, so there's another FTE added to the retained, because Mike Zimmerman and my spreadsheet didn't include her business partner, so there were originally 2 FTEs there. So we actually have 1 more retained FTE, and then also they're planning an expansion and to add more therapists, and that's in the near term, in the next 2 or 3 years. So that ups our number of businesses expanding as well, which is great. So the numbers are a little higher on the final, which just happened 2 days ago, so I don't think you guys got the updated one, because I changed it yesterday morning before I left for Rhode Island.
Oh, what was sent out
So
was
that's-
before
the
you
numbers
left.
are very good. Yeah, the final. I'll send a final. This was mostly for your review and comment, if anyone wants to comment, but, as soon as I get that change Shane requested and the last 2 or 3 approvals for those little success stories from the owners of the businesses, it'll be good to go. And my plan is to have that done before the legislature meeting next week, so it's final then.
And you're okay with, from the county perspective?
Yeah, it looked great.
Good. I thought it was a
Once we
good,
present it to the legislator, yes, sorry.
well, then they'll know why we want to do another one. Because really good
No,
results.
it's a great success story. It really is. It's such an awesome partnership with the county and CBDG and Mike Zimmerman, Incubator Works, and Accord. It's a really good story about collaboration and county partners working together to benefit our economy. I love it.
And they all add up to real jobs and real people work doing things, so it's really good.
I mean, 80 jobs, almost 80 jobs is a pretty big deal for us.
Well, the dog, one of the things that would be nice on the report is to have the location of the businesses, where they're located throughout the county.
Right, that's a good idea. So are you thinking the success story part or all of the unique locations of all 24, Doug? What do you think?
No, the success, outline.
Just like a city, just a city?
Well, we don't have too many cities, so.
Right, no, I think that's great, and they are fairly, far afield from each other. They're pretty much all over the county, so I think that's a great idea. I love it. Thank you.
This is, Judy, and your report, Melissa, is excellent. It really shows what's happening in a very concise way. And, this is the type of words that we need to get out, to the public. So thank you for doing that.
You're welcome. Well, I find it interesting is that this is actually the first task you sent me when I started, was to provide the board a report in the near term, remember, for our micro enterprise grantees. And so it's the first full circle here we've got. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I actually think once we put this out, I think CBDG will pick up on it as well because it makes them look good.
It does.
We'll say one more thing on it. Bigfoot Tree Care, is he still in business? I know he had some problems with his health.
Phil had to take more than half of the 2025 season off. That's a good point. I actually did speak to him this week to make sure before I sent out the draft, that he was planning to pick back up. And he said he started back again end of January, beginning of February, and plans to be active for the 2026 season, and all is well.
Oh, good, because I would like to use his services.
Yeah, so Phil's back in business, for sure.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, is that everything on that?
Yes.
We'll move it. Yeah. Okay, the Allegheny County Strategic Plan Economic Development, EDO report.
I've been working with Ashley. Ashley's reporting next week to the P&D committee as far as how her strategic planning, the county has been going and how we've worked with her. And when that report is finalized, she's presenting it next week. I'll send it to the board. It includes the Allegheny County IDA and quite a bit of the activities with working with Ashley. But I'll send you out as soon as she gets it finished, the PowerPoint she's going to do next week.
That will be at the board meeting?
A P&D meeting, yes. But I can send you out a copy as soon as she gets it finalized. She had a couple things I had added, and she's having Kier look at it, and then it'll be finalized. So it's about finished.
Okay, thank you. Gateway Center.
Any other news from the county? Because they're doing the infrastructure.
Correct. No news, as you probably saw, we did vote to move ahead with the DPW facility,
Right.
which, we're working on the bond issues on those things, and then we'll be working on water sewer districts so we can actually take the grants that we're going to receive with infrastructure and use them.
Okay.
So,
In our meeting with Delta last week, we anticipate that Congressman Langworthy's $1.25 million will be released by the end of this year, which should address all of the water-related issues as far as the tank and running the expansion piece. We're still awaiting the housing initiative, which is about $3.5 million to 3.8, which would help to address the sewer piece and go along with that housing. Assuming those pieces come together, it looks like the infrastructure should be pretty well in place. What would be lacking then would be the water and sewer districts that need to be put in place to move that forward. So from a funding standpoint, we're optimistic. I'm going to take the word cautiously out of there, but we're optimistic that that's going to come through this year. The housing grant should be announced this year, but if not, probably early next year. And we're starting to look at congressional earmark activity for the 2027 allocation process. So.
Thank you, Tim. When did you say the announcement is expected from Congressman Langworthy?
We anticipate that's going to happen with in the budget process. There's some bills moving through right now that are going to be probably by the end of the year. And if they can't get them moved forward, it'll be very early in January.
Okay, thank you. I'll look forward to that.
While we're on the gateway, how much more needs to be done to dial in the hotel developer?
I'm working with them right now.
Hitting the marks so he can say yes?
Yes, I'm trying to get a written commitment, but basically I've sent him all the information from the county as far as infrastructure. He just wants to know exactly what our other things would be, which I'm working with, and I'll get to the board as soon as I have that. But yeah, he's ready to commit. I talked to him yesterday.
Thank you.
That is certainly something that the public is anxious to hear as well. Okay, let's go on to clean energy projects, the solar report.
Yeah, I don't have too much else besides we'll continue to update that solar report as projects become finalized. We have 2 or 3 projects we approved this last year. I know a couple of them that are in the final states. I know the one in the 2 in Rushford for sure, and the one in Alfred will be approved and probably started in the beginning of the year. And Moraine Solar had another public meeting, not a hearing, on Monday, so I know they're moving forward, so they should probably start construction next year. So we've got some movement on some other small and large solar projects that are trying to figure out how to make sure they get in the ground to benefit from the tax exemptions from the state and the feds. But we'll keep you updated on the report as they keep moving.
Okay. Anything to report on the wind project? I know they have started. Are they able to continue construction through the winter?
I think it all depends on what the weather's like, but I do know I have not talked to them recently, but I do know that they had said all the footings or foundations are going to be done by Thanksgiving, so they must be pretty close to all finished. So they would now in the erection stage, and the erection of the wind turbines just depends on really the wind more than anything else. If you notice, the ones over in Howard have been going up even in the winter, depending on the wind, the wind and what it's like up there, because it's obviously it's 600 feet tall. I mean, they're got to make sure the wind isn't too bad. So I do not know a construction schedule, but I'll find out. I'll ask them.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the Cuba Business Park, GLC.
Well, as everything's going well, I was out there yesterday with a potential client that's looking to move in. They're pretty close to having corporate approval to move in, and it could be between 40 and 50 jobs. So hopefully we'll have an announcement sometime in the beginning of the year.
Okay, thank you. And the EPA Brownfield Grant.
We have a public community meeting next Tuesday, December 16th in Wellsville. I think everyone's been invited. We've invited the public, obviously, and it's really a time frame where we're trying to explain what a brownfields grant is, and the fact that we want to help develop some of these brownfield sites to bring in more development and use them, because they're typically in places where already is electric, sewer, and water. So that's the good thing, and there are ways that we can help them. So we'll have a meeting. Community meeting is next. What time is it, Melissa? 6:30.
6:30.
Okay, so next Tuesday.
And then other exciting news for the brownfields, tomorrow is fingers crossed and weather dependent, so we shall see. Finally, our first phase ones are actually taking place tomorrow in Friendship, so that's exciting. So there'll be 2 tomorrow, but the first ones that are actually going forward. I mean, good news is the first 2 sites we had scheduled actively for phase 1s were bought by developers, and that's the whole point of the grant, right, is to get the sites ready for redevelopment. So those 2 sites came up for development before we had a chance to do the phase 1. So they are being redeveloped independently of the grant. And the first one that's actually going to take advantage of the grant is tomorrow.
So that's good news, Melissa. Does that free up any of the funds to work with any other sites? If there were.
Yeah, we are going to do probably, correct, what is it, like probably 12 to 15 phase
Right.
1s is our goal. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
So this is just the first 2, Judy.
Okay, good, thank you. Okay, any new business to discuss today?
I got something for new business.
Okay.
If anybody watched, was last week's board meeting, or one of the committee meetings, I guess, I don't know what meeting it was in. 2 legislators very strongly want the IDA to pony up money for the EDO. I told them I would bring it to the board and just present it to the board. That's all. I just said that was their wish. So there you have it.
Well, the board could not give any money to the EDO. We can have a contract with the EDO, but we don't have anything to work on or to look at. So Ashley would have to bring us something.
So the board of legislators wants to not give the money to the EDO. Obviously, we can't do that either. We have to have a contract. We'll probably have an economic services agreement the way we had one with the IDA, but there'll have to be some sort of deliverables in there. So we haven't flushed out all the details, but there is county funding that should be made available to the EDO. But as John said, our board was hoping the IDA board would also support the EDO in some way. Some financial way, I should say.
Right. Well, we have already. We
Yes.
spent, there wasn't a lot of money, but we spent $9,000 to get them up and running, so.
But I think part of the imaginations around that discussion, really, there's not a clear understanding on the full board's part of what the EDO is and can do, because much like your LDC or EDO, there's things that you can do as an IDA that the LDC can do that you can't do.
Right.
Same thing as the EDO that they can do things that we can't do, and it's really kind of that Venn diagram where we have overlapping circles, and I'm not convinced that there was a clear understanding in the presentation of that EDO that really delineated there are separate functions, and you may have inadvertently been thrown under the bus for things that was really a general misunderstanding. It was not clearly communicated all the way around. So please don't take it personal, but we need to do a better job on our part of informing the board that there are things that, there's reasons why there are separate entities and businesses that are out there. And so maybe I should just be quiet. So.
Well, the one thing that may help
No,
is
correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what you and Ashley and Kira are working on, right?
I'm sorry, what?
well, we're working on how we work together, and that's what she's going to be reporting next week at the P&D committee. But that's not the same as us funding part of what the EDO is. And I'm not sure all the parties understand how the IDA, how the LDC, how the EDO, how the county can and should work together.
I agree with that, and the EDO is its own entity.
Correct.
It's off on its own. However, it's a fledgling, it needs to get its legs under it.
Right.
So that, I believe, is what the county's support is, but it is going to need to find its own funding of it.
Right.
That is not public in nature. They need to go work on their own grants or donations and other
Right.
things. But I think the county does want to see it get up and running, which is, something we've done for other organizations to get some startup costs out there.
So more to come on that, John?
Yeah, I guess, I just,
No,
it's
no,
up to this board.
sure. But I think we have to have something to review. We have
Right,
nothing to
exactly.
review at this time, so
I just
I know.
relayed the
I
wish.
think, yeah, we appreciate your bringing that to us, John, and if we need to be aware of what expectations might be floating around everywhere. But I don't see us pledging a certain amount or anything like that, if that's what they're looking for. But I think the IDA really could pledge and to work cooperatively, as you have said, Carissa and Craig and Tim, together with the EDO, wherever legally and appropriate. So that would be the kind of thing that I would look for us to commit to, not a specific amount of money, which I'm guessing there might be wishes for.
Well, I know when we talked to Ashley and she has to work and get the EDO up and running, I know working with Ashley/EDO or the county is going to be on a project basis because we don't know what the projects are. There'll be a lot of projects that we take the lead. There may be some that they take the lead on, and that's, I think, we don't know yet.
It's really,
Yes.
the county's economic development strategic plan, which we all work so hard on. One of the strong recommendations on that was for a private EDO to be formed. And so we're just trying to fulfill that end of that strategic plan, hoping that it takes off and can really lead somewhere. But of course, we don't know that until it gets up and running and starts working on it.
And every EDO that I've worked with, they're all very different.
Yeah.
Some really focus on very specific business attraction. I know the one in Chautauqua County focuses very heavily on getting CFAs up and running. So they're all a little different, what they're focused on. But a lot of the EDOs are actually also very regional, not just county specific. So it does.
Also, we need to take a look at our purpose, our mission, our goals, as an organization and see how it fits with what we're talking about.
John, you said 2 members of the legislature,
They're very vocal about it, so,
and there are 15 members to the legislature.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I had some other new business if there's.
Yeah, go ahead, Rich, I was just gonna say.
We have a directors and officers insurance policy, the IDA does, and all of our entities, we've been able to get them included at no additional charge. I believe they're all at no additional charge because the board members that serve on the IDA board also serve on those other boards. And you probably remember how we changed brokers on our policy maybe 6 months ago, approximately, for the vacant land we owned in Friendship, the parking lot, and the vacant land we owned at the gateway to Allegheny County. So we're getting quotes to change brokers. Remember, we're changing the broker to a broker that's owned by our agency. So while the commission's the same, the premium's gonna be, almost the same. It's a renewal, so it'll be a little bit different, but I mean, the commission's the same. Our organization, AJ Gallagher, owns the broker, so there's additional commission coming in on that side. So I just want to disclose again, like I did before, that, we're moving it. The cost to the county is going to be just what it would have been anyway, but our agency's going to make a little more commission, and just, I probably won't even be a board member when that happens, but, I still support it because the IDA is going to be paying the same amount, but Gallagher is going to make more money on it. Not very much, like maybe $50 more, but still more.
And thank you, Rich. I know
So,
Gallagher's always been very good. That whole agency's always worked with us one way or the other, so.
yeah, well, I have a conflict when it comes to that, so.
I know. I appreciate
just
you
wanna
letting us
explain
know.
what's going on. I think Jason, Holly will handle that, but I just wanted to let you know it's coming, so you're not surprised, because it'll have to get done in the January meeting. And they wanted me to bring everything to the board today, and I just said, well, first of all, I don't want to be the one that brings it initially, and also, we don't like to drop surprises on the board. It's on a spur of the moment, so you'll have all the board members will have all the information way ahead of time for next month. Like maybe this week or next week.
Thanks, Rich.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, any other new business? I have something for the good of the order. It's an announcement that I'd like to share with you about Jones Memorial Hospital. Very, very good news. I know that the CEO, Jim Helms, was one of the speakers at the meeting that Ashley put together for the EDO. I'd like to just read you the announcement. On Thursday, December 4th, Forbes announced their first ever top hospitals list. According to Forbes, they used the unique approach by providing a comparison of overall quality, emphasizing patient outcomes while factoring in the differences among hospital locations and patient populations. Out of the almost 5,400 hospitals in the country, approximately 2,500 met the criteria for consideration. I am, of course, very excited to report to you that your very own Jones Memorial Hospital made the top hospitals list, which consisted of 253 acute hospitals nationwide. In fact, only 6 hospitals made the list from New York State. This star rating should not be confused with the CMS star rating, but that CMS rating is a factor in the Forbes consideration. This recognition is not something we applied for. In fact, it came as a bit of a surprise. What isn't a surprise is the acknowledgement of the care and effort the team here at Jones puts in every single day for their community. This recognition is a product of that hard work. So congratulations to Jones Memorial Hospital. It is indeed an important part of our county, both economically and with care, fine care. So thank you very much for sharing it.
That's great information. Not surprised. They do a great job.
Yes, yes. Okay. Thank you. Anything else for the good of the order? If not, we'll ask for a motion for adjournment.
I'll move.
So, John, thank you. Motion, second.
Second, Rich.
Thank you, Rich. Moved to second and we adjourn. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you very much.
And then we have a short LDC meeting because we have to approve that same contract we approved at the IDA.
Okay, we will call that meeting to order.
So we're still live.
We're still live. We need to go offline.
No, this is a public meeting.
Okay, okay. First, sorry, I was anticipating having, that in front of me at the meeting. So, the first order of business is, the minutes,
Right.
the, we need a motion to approve those minutes.
So move.
Surely I'll second it.
Thank you. That's good.
Yeah, there is
Any
no,
questions about that?
yeah, go ahead. Thank you, thank you.
Go ahead.
See you, Chris.
Okay, we need to vote on the minutes, please. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay? And the next order of business is an executive session.
There is no need for one at this time. I just leave that on.
No need. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, the next order of business is the treasurer's report. Please go look at that. We need a motion to approve.
Well, we have none. We have no money.
We have nothing. Okay.
It's easy.
All
Just like
right,
at home.
that is yes, the word none explains it. Okay. We will move along then to action items approving the administrative service contract with the IDA.
Is there a motion to approve that administrative service contract?
I'll move.
John moved.
Okay? Okay, thank you. Second? Need a second? How about Rick?
So I'll second.
Okay,
I'll
thank you.
second.
Oh, okay, thank you very much. Okay, moved and seconded that we approve this, contract with the ACIDA. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay, that is approved. And the next order of business is opening the Allegheny County LDC loan program.
Yeah, I just wanted to make it, see if it's okay to officially open it. We've approved all the paperwork, but we need to put probably an article out in the paper, and I need to make, and Melissa's been talking to people, but we need to make sure that it's actually, will be open at the beginning of the year so that people can start applying.
Okay, good.
And I do know, if nothing else, potentially I've got two for the Cuba Business Park that may be proposing. So there's a couple there. I know Melissa has a number of smaller ones that are looking to get money. And we did talk about helping some of the New York Forward people. So I guess we don't have to do anything official. I just want to have acknowledgement of the board that we're going to open the program. Any comments on that?
No, let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. So we'll put out an official press release on that, Melissa.
Fine.
Okay. And the other thing is we'll have to, at the January meeting, because the contract will start in January, we'll have to then invoice the IDA to have some money so we can go forward. Because they're not going to pay, obviously, without an invoice.
Greg, you might have already sent it to me, but did I get the finalized application yet? Because that was one of the things I was waiting for.
Yeah, you have it.
Okay, I thought you might have sent it to me, I just don't remember. Okay.
And the only other thing is that we could do it probably now. Give me the authority we need to open up a bank account. Not that we'll have any money until January, but I'll process the work so we can get the bank account signed off on.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we empower Craig to do what needs to be done to get a bank account opened up.
Yeah,
Second on that?
Oh, second.
No.
Randy? Oh, wait, who did that? Hard to hear.
Randy.
You got it.
Okay, thank you. Moved and seconded. Unless there's any discussion, we'll take a vote on that. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Yeah, we didn't bother doing that until we had money, but we got money coming in January, so we probably ought to get the bank account open. That's all I have for the LDC at this time.
Okay, all right, well, move to adjourn? Anyone?
So moved, Rich.
Okay, thank you, Rich, second.
John, second.
And let me see about Oakley. I don't know why he didn't knock, but I'll see if he's out.
Are we offline now, Craig?
I will be